Would you like to have a therapist who's also a shamanic healer with over 50 healing modalities under her belt? I knew that's what I needed. So today we're talking to the woman who's helped me and countless others work through a lot of their stuff from the inside out with her special blend of therapy and energy healing. Remember to subscribe for free information to help you create a happy and healthy life. Helaine Harris is a shamanic healer, author, psychotherapist, and intuitive business coach who is passionate about assisting heart-centered entrepreneurs called to do more. Helaine is the founder of an Awakening Center, which blends over 45 traditional and alternative modalities to assist clients in fulfilling their life. Helaine, thank you so much for being here with me today. I am so excited to interview you and have everybody learn about everything that you do.
And I'm so thrilled to be here because I adore you.
Oh,
and I love what you do.
Oh, thank you.
And you're so good at what you do.
Thank you so much. Well, there's mutual admiration going on here.
Yes.
Tell us how you became a psychotherapist and also a shamanic healer. That's probably a very broad question.
It is. I could talk forever about
Okay.
it. However, I'd say the reason I became a therapist is because my mother was a borderline and my father was not engaged. So between both, I needed a lot of help and I wanted to understand people and mainly to feel better because I was miserable. I was hurt and I was angry. And then I didn't find traditional therapy did enough for me.
Oh, interesting. I can relate to that.
So, and I tried quite a few different types and many therapists. So I searched and I found spiritual work, and then I also started going to different shaman. And then I found one I've worked with over 30 years and trained with him. So
amazing.
And I found that made the difference. I needed to have my heart healed.
Yes.
And just talking about the wounds isn't enough. And I needed to be held a lot. Physically held. And in traditional therapy, they don't do that, but what my core wound would come up, and I go back to very early life, my shaman would bring me to a group of people and say, hold her and love her, she'll be okay then.
Oh my gosh.
I'd be crying in terror.
Wow.
Infant terror, I couldn't even talk. So that's why I turned to shamanic work.
I love it.
And I combine it with everything, so half the time I can't name what I'm doing, I just do.
Yeah, well, that was what I was going to ask you too, is what, because you have over 45, I would say probably 50 or more.
Yeah, well, I stopped counting it.
Yes, healing modalities under your belt. I actually read your resume on your website.
Okay.
Yeah, because I wanted to see everything on your website, so I knew everything that I wanted to talk about here. And oh my God, it's pages and pages and pages of certifications and courses, and oh my gosh. So you kind of just told us what drew you to all of that, but tell us a little bit more about that because you've done so much.
Well, it became clear to me many years ago that energy was the key. And everyone's energy was the key. And I would feel things and I didn't understand it. I didn't know that I'm an empath and that I was feeling other people's feelings until one day in a session my shaman said to me, Helaine, those aren't your feelings. And I was like, what? He said, go in a room by yourself and see how you feel. And I felt fine. And I came back out, then I would feel other things. So it became clear to me, I picked up and absorbed other people's feelings. So if I had a very angry mother, which I did, I absorbed a lot of her anger. But I thought all of it was mine.
Oh, wow.
And a lot of it was hurt and pain.
Yeah.
So obviously this is what I need to be doing.
Yeah. Oh, that is so amazing. I mean, I can relate to a lot, and this is why I came to you, for all those same reasons. So that goes way beyond, way deeper than just traditional therapy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you offer such a special service, and I think it's so invaluable because I don't think there are many therapists out there doing everything that you're doing.
Well, really recognizing how much I do feel other people's feelings. So when they tell me about an issue, they're saying to me, oh, they're having trouble at work with this. And I'm feeling inside, oh yeah, you don't think you deserve anything good, and I'm feeling that issue underneath, it's much quicker than taking years of therapy for them to get to that point.
Yes. Yeah, so it's a lot more effective and a lot more quickly. Do you have a favorite modality that you've learned that you find is the most effective for you and your clients?
Yes and no.
Okay.
The one that I teach to everyone because it's easy and I like having people become self-sufficient. I want to help them be on their own. You know, I don't want them hanging on to me the rest of their life. That wouldn't be healthy for them or for me. I want them to be self-sufficient. I want them to be empowered. And what I found is EFT, Emotional Freedom Technique, the tapping, because they can do it on their own. They say it's not as effective on their own. That's because they have to learn how to phrase the statements. And that takes some doing. And so I teach everyone that, okay? And some will do it on their own and some, that kind of thing. But the other thing that's really very important is hypnosis, trance work. And being trained as a shaman, there are many levels to trance, and that's very vital. And the other thing is interactions. That's why I like group stuff, because I can see people's interactions and how the energies come together and don't and what's going on. So that's very important. And, breathing. Breathing.
Oh my God.
All different kinds of breathing.
She had me breathe from here and breathe, but oh my God, it's exhausting, but
Well,
it's effective.
I probably do about 10 different forms of breath work. And some of it is to take you to a higher state and calm you and relax you. And some is to deliberately bring up what's under the surface so it can come up and out instead of staying stuck in you.
That's what you were doing with me.
I did a group for 15 years of the Reiki and body work, Reiki and bioenergetic body work.
Yeah.
And it was very effective. And it works especially for people who are in their head a lot and often smart.
Yeah.
Well, because we get stuck there. And it's the first thing, that was the first modality that actually helped me, was the Reiki and work. Because it felt like I was talking rings around my therapist and they thought I was fine. No, I'm not fine. I'm miserable. I don't care what you think.
Yeah.
You know, I remember at UCLA going to a psychiatrist when my mom was having, I think it was the second open heart surgery when it was still experimental, and there was a 50-50 chance of her living through it kind of thing. And he said, "Oh, you're just a little codependent, that's all."
Oh my God.
Right. I was codependent, but there was so much more going on. I was miserable inside, very unhappy, and I knew it. And he's telling me I'm okay.
Wow.
And
That's a medical doctor?
yeah.
Okay.
that was.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
I was a student at UCLA then, so I went to NPI. I could go free, right?
Yeah.
And I walked out in 20 minutes from the session. He said I didn't need his help. He probably meant I didn't need psych meds. I just thought of that.
Yeah.
I didn't need psych meds. I was just severely anxious.
Yeah. Well, and some people that kind of therapy is perfect for. That works well for them, but there are other people that they need a little bit more like what you offer.
Well, there are times, even though I don't like medication, there are times it's needed.
I've done it.
Yeah.
I have a great psychiatrist. I went to her for, I don't know, like 12 years. She's still there if I need her. And she knew I didn't want to be on it.
Right.
So I would go on and then like, okay, I want to wean myself off. And I've been off a long time, but there are times you need some kind of drug to help you through whatever you're going through.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. But you never needed that, right? Did you?
I won't say that because I've had severe anxiety.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, GAD is my diagnosis.
And what's that?
Generalized anxiety disorder.
Yeah, okay.
So every now and then when it would get too much, a little bit of Xanax. And no, I don't like taking anything.
Yeah.
And I don't like my clients taking anything. But every now and then, it's necessary.
Yeah.
And, you know, if you work with bipolar and anything like that, they have to have meds.
Yeah.
So,
Absolutely.
different things for different people.
Yeah, exactly.
And water's very important. It's very good for
Yes.
healing and for releasing.
Yes.
For releasing negative energy and getting it out of your body. It goes out when you pee.
When you pee, that's what you can say. That's okay.
The negative emotions can go out at the same time.
Yes, I like that. So you're also psychic.
Oh, yeah.
Which adds another level to what you do. So you can really see what's going on with people.
Yeah.
Where do you find that most people are stuck in their lives from that psychic perspective?
It isn't just a psychic perspective. All you have to do is ask them and they tell you.
But I think some people, like I came to you and you helped me dig up things I didn't know were holding me back.
Well, you didn't know what was holding you back, but you knew you were unhappy about some things and some things weren't working.
Yeah.
So I start there with someone's conscious of, because it's the only way you can do it. But I say there are two main areas. And one is not having felt loved enough in early childhood, infancy on, okay? So when a person doesn't feel loved in the core by their parents or their family, there's very deep, deep wounds. You never feel good enough. People, clients, and we tend to blame ourselves. We're wrong, we're bad, we're deficient, we're not good enough. I mean, a friend of mine came up with the title, and I love the phrase, the not good enough monster. I have worked on that for me for years, and with many, many clients. So that's a key thing, is being able to know you're okay even when you screw up. You know, we all make mistakes, and I really perceive where we live now, the earth here, as big school.
Yeah.
Not just going to college and so forth, but what I mean by that, this is a school for us to grow through. It's where our issues come up. Relationship triggers things so that we can do deeper healing work and really connect in with Source, with God, whatever word you like, makes no difference. Your higher self, your inner knowing. So that's actually what I aim for with people, getting them to feel love for themselves and know they deserve great things, and opening up their spiritual connection, because that gives them a form of reparenting at a much higher level. So that's really what we're doing in another way, another form. But the other aspect, one is the love part, the other is power. The other is knowing you deserve good things, but also being able to feel you will accomplish it, you can, even if you mess up and make mistakes. I don't know any entrepreneur or anyone in life who hasn't made mistakes of one kind or another. And so we just keep growing, or at least I keep growing.
Well, if you're aware, I think you keep growing.
Yeah, right.
Otherwise you stay stuck, right? You're not aware,
Well, there are people who work on themselves for a while and then stop. Some of them come back later. I've had clients come back 5 years later, 10 and even 20 years later. Those are the big areas. It's the love and power, the masculine and the feminine.
That's interesting.
It's really how to blend both of those in your life, and how to create what you want, how to do what you want, how to have an impact when you want on people.
Yeah.
For anyone in business, with anyone, any kind of career, or even with your children. For mothers, I have 2 great kids and they're adults now. Yay for that. And I have a wonderful grandson. But it takes feeling good about yourself to make steps, to take strides, to try something.
Yeah.
So that's what I really see.
Yeah.
And it's an important aspect.
I have to say, you have helped me work through some really deep, dark crap that a lot of it I didn't even know was there. So I'm so grateful to you. I'm so grateful to you.
And you're a pleasure to work with. You're fun for me.
you.
Well, you have a very big heart.
Oh, well, that's the problem sometimes.
It's not the problem. The problem is you don't know how to balance with it.
Yeah.
And how to deal with it.
Yeah.
See, I have a big heart too.
Yes, you do.
And the most important thing has always been for love, even if it didn't seem that way with my kids.
Yeah.
Until you're being critical, whatever. Probably was.
Well, you're a mom,
Yeah, moms are
You're
critical.
human.
So that's the issue, is getting to knowing you're okay.
Yeah.
Even when, you have some pretty nasty thoughts. I hate that person. I want them to...
Yeah, you gave me permission to voice that and let it out.
You need to voice it to
Yeah.
actually heal.
Yeah, absolutely. And it really, really helped. Do most of your clients have that much crap to clear out before they can move on with their lives?
They may not think so when they come to me. I'm going to put it this way. Some people come to me to just improve their relationship, and the couple comes in and we work on some interactions, and it really helps, and they go off and they're fine.
Yeah.
And sometimes that's also true with an individual. But there are other times when it's a much deeper core that needs bringing to the surface and dissolving, that they don't know is going on.
Yeah.
Or even if they remember it, we push those things aside. We don't want to go on in our daily life thinking of every terrible thing or bad thing or icky thing we went through. We just, it doesn't help us, number one.
Yeah. Yeah.
It doesn't help us have a positive feeling.
Yes. Yeah. No one wants to feel that icky crap.
Right.
So
you need a special place. But the other thing is those repressed feelings that aren't released have a major impact. I was just working with someone, and a phenomenal opportunity came to her about a place to live at the fee she could afford. And it's phenomenal. I mean, like a mansion to her. So when she was supposed to meet with the person and actually sign the papers and finish it up, she'd forgotten that she had a doctor's appointment at the same time.
oh, that's
Now that's
interesting.
self-sabotage.
Yeah. Wow.
I said, okay, so you were afraid to take that on because you don't deserve it, right? She didn't deserve it. So we have to go back to have her deal with that. I said, otherwise you're going to find another thing to screw it up with.
Yeah. Well, you also have a healing circle several times a month, which
Yes.
I go to as often as possible, and I love it. So how did that come about?
Well, as I said, I had an ongoing group for 15 years, and it then just seemed right time to terminate it. So I was missing doing group work. And at one of the expos I was thinking about it. Well, maybe I do a small, low-fee group, because my fees are up there. I've been working a long time
They're
at
worth
this.
it.
And it's hard for some people. And I remember the days of not being able to afford those kind of rates. So I created a low-fee group twice a month, the first and the third Tuesdays of the month.
Yeah.
So it's fun. I really enjoy it.
Yeah, I do too. And I'll put your website right here
Right.
if anybody local, because we're in Los Angeles in the Valley.
Right.
So if anybody's interested,
Great.
these healing circles are
Come.
amazing.
I love doing it. Love
Yeah.
meeting new people that way. And it gives people an opportunity to come in and meet me without a big obligation of all that money and, oh, what happens if we don't connect and I don't like her and I spend all that money, blah, blah,
Yeah.
blah, 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 blah. So this way you get to try me out.
I like it. It's a sample.
Plus, they get to see the kind of people who come to me.
Yes, I think that's really. I've made friends in your group, and
I know.
Yeah, it's been.
Well, you're so lovable.
Oh, well, you're so sweet. Thank you. Well, it's the kind of people you attract.
Yeah.
So tell us about the book that you wrote.
Okay, the book. Are You in Love with a Vampire? Healing the Relationship Drain Game. Because what I realized, with the help of my medicine teacher, is everyone I had been with, any man I'd been with for any long period of time, they were all draining my energy, and I didn't know it. And in the last situation, when I was really working with the book, is recognizing that not only was each partner and friends draining me, and probably clients, but that's part of the dynamic. That's how they heal, and that's what I'm meant for. It was that I got to the point in my own healing work of recognizing if a partner man wasn't pulling the energy out of my heart like that, and they're unconscious of doing it. I don't think any of them were conscious of doing it, okay? I didn't feel loved. So it's pull on me so I know I'm needed.
Oh,
Okay,
wow.
that's
okay.
part of codependency.
Yeah.
The needing, being needed. If you're needed, someone can't leave you.
Yeah,
So I make myself needed.
yeah. I think a lot of us have done that.
I know. That's why I'm bringing it up. It's called codependency.
Yeah,
And it has to do with being needed.
yeah.
And I needed to be needed.
So you probably lay out some ways to set boundaries. If people recognize it, right?
You bet.
Yeah.
Have to set boundaries.
When did you write the book?
I think it came out in 97.
So you wrote it way before Dr. Christian Northrup wrote Dodging Energy Vampires, which I read and took the course, and so that's such valuable, pertinent, relevant information.
It was probably the first one on the market, but I didn't have a big enough name to get it out there in a big way.
But it's there, so check it out.
Probably needs revision.
Well, you can do that and send it out again. That's a popular topic. I think narcissistic personality disorder is a big topic right now.
And narcissists are drawn to those with energy, and they're drawn to those who are empaths because we just want to love.
And we keep giving and giving and giving.
And giving.
Yeah.
And for me, in being an empath, I just want everyone around me to feel great.
Yeah. And you were a teacher before.
Yeah, I was a teacher for 12, 13 years.
Wow. What age did you teach?
Elementary.
Oh. And when did you go into psychotherapy after that?
After that? Well, while I was doing it, it took, let me put it this way. I was a single mom, I was divorced, and I was a sole provider for my kids since their dad stopped paying me. And I needed to make money. So I was teaching and going to school to become a therapist. And it took me, because I could only take one class at a time, to go home and deal with the kids and take them to their doctor's appointments, their whatever appointments, dance appointments or whatever. It took me 10 years to get my license.
Wow, that's dedication.
There were 3,000 hours of, at that time, of volunteer training. Now interns get paid for it, but they didn't then.
Oh.
We often paid to do it.
Really?
Yeah. So
goodness.
it was a 10-year process. I knew at a very young age I wanted to work with people.
Yeah, well.
And kids, I love kids, so.
You also have an annual winter solstice event.
Yes.
Which I attended in December, and that was amazing. So how did that come about?
I was working with one of my shaman, and it was a female shaman then. And she told me to do a ritual, okay? And it was near the end of the year, and she had me go through the whole process of clearing away the negative and bringing in the positive and opening it up to spirit and chanting and dancing and all this stuff. And a lot of what I asked for wasn't concrete. I mean, you couldn't, I asked to be more powerful, I asked to have better love relationships, all these other good things, but that's not concrete, it's not measurable, okay? The one thing I asked for that was measurable was money. And I wrote a figure down on paper, which was more than double anything I'd ever made in my life. And the shock I went into when the number I wrote down on paper was exactly what I brought in. And it floored me. So I started doing that for myself, and then I started doing that for groups, and so that's why I do it.
I love it. Well, I'm glad that I went, because I wrote down a number too. I think everybody wants to go now. Here's my number for next year.
But you do have to do the work, and when you put down a number, you have to also believe it's possible.
Yeah.
If you go into saying, if you're bringing in like 10,000 one year, and you say 1 million the next year, your mind doesn't believe there's any possibility or potentiality. So therefore, writing that number down will work against you.
Yes, because your belief could have derailed your progress. You said it was more than 2 times anything you'd ever made before.
Yeah.
But you were there mentally and emotionally, like, yes, it's possible. Do you have any clients who've gone through some miraculous transformation while working with you?
Yeah, several.
Okay.
Well, one, I think that the notable one that really makes me love doing the work I do is one of my clients that I don't see regularly. I would see her every now and then. Called, she was in a deep depression, and she was suicidal. And I don't like those situations. I'm maybe good at it, but that doesn't mean I like it, because my heart goes out to them and I can feel their angst, their agony. And we just did one session then, and by the end of the session, I got her reconnected to spirit, got her feeling pure love, got her knowing she's valuable and she has value, and that to me is a miracle.
That is a miracle, yeah.
But the other thing that's happened is where suddenly someone has other people helping them, or money open up that they didn't anticipate, and that's happened a number of times.
Yeah.
And a situation for someone to live in a place when they have no money.
Yeah.
And that's happened, and you've actually witnessed that in
Yes.
a little group with someone. So seeing miracles like that, and even after that, they can go downhill. Oh, I don't deserve anything. I'm not good enough. How my parents treat me, and getting them to remember all these miracles happen. You have a whole spiritual team behind you. That wouldn't have happened, and you're pushing them away again. Do you really want to? Would you like another miracle? So those are miracles to me. So that's why I love the work.
I know.
I
You
mean-
do such great work, and you're creating miracles.
And not only that, I keep learning new things.
Another modality?
Another modality.
You were like, no more modalities. You're never going to, you're a great example of never stop learning.
Well, if I can get people through things faster, more rapidly, it seems to me, it definitely has taken me much more time to heal my issues than it has my clients.
Yeah.
A lot longer. One, I was slow. But two, I don't think there were so many modalities available years ago.
Yeah.
And now there are.
Yeah. Well, and that's what helps people heal when they come to someone like you that you've already been through stuff and you figured out how to work through it the quickest way so you can help them work through it more quickly. I
Yeah,
think that's what
yeah.
the best coaches and therapists and energy healers have under their belt or have in common.
That's true. And not only that, I think I once did a Bradshaw workshop, and whoever was leading it said to me, you have a real gift of combining modalities to make it work.
Yeah.
And I thought about that because I didn't even see it that way. But I do. I will work EFT with hypnosis. It definitely makes it more effective.
Oh my gosh, yeah, that's like powerhouse.
So, why not? And if I open the energy of the whole room and the whole group in a certain way, I'm not creating the magic, the guides are.
I know, it's going through you. It's
And
going through
it's-
you out to everyone else, and then they can create their own magic.
And I truly love doing the work. And someone said, will I ever retire? Probably not. I might cut down to fewer days a week.
Yeah.
That I can see. Somehow working that healing energy with people, it does something to me physically. Because I'm up there in years, even if you haven't figured it out yet.
You got a good heart.
And it keeps me healthier physically and emotionally.
Well, that's what I was going to ask you. What is your self-care routine? It sounds like your work is part of it, but how do you make sure that you are at your best for yourself and your clients?
Meditation. And if I don't have the time, okay, so I call in the energies when I'm driving here. Oh my God, come on, you've got to help me. Keep me grounded there. Do a great job.
You just have to be
I'm
yourself,
meant to
and
have
it's
more
great.
people come, so you have to give me the words. I also keep working on my issues. Something active. I need to do something active, whether I walk a lot, or I exercise, or I dance. I love dancing.
Dance is good exercise.
Dancing is fun.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Yes, it is.
I believe in fun.
Absolutely. Fun, especially when it comes to staying active.
Yeah.
Do something fun.
And I need to do something fun and get with people on the weekends, because sometimes since I work from home, I need to get out.
Yeah, socialization.
Yes.
So important.
It's very important.
We talked about that. I have an interview with my friend Max, who's 84, and we were talking about the blue zones. And
Yes.
community is very, very important. You got to
It
stay
is.
connected. And I understand because I work from home. I'm at home all the time, and I got to get out and meet people or go see friends because it's too isolating.
Necessary.
Yeah.
Necessary. It's
Absolutely.
actually critical.
Yeah.
So a combination of those things.
Now, I was going to ask you this, but I feel like you've been answering this question throughout the whole interview. What do you enjoy most about your work? But you've been telling us everything that you enjoy about it.
I love helping people feel better. When they feel better at the end of a process, at the end of a group, at the end of a session, when that angst is lowered or dissolved, even better, right?
Yeah.
There's something, I'm doing what I'm meant to do.
Yes.
And that's so rewarding. And that's why I really try to help people get to what they're meant to do.
Yeah.
Because the fulfillment is above money. I mean, I still like that too.
Yeah.
And I need it too.
Yeah. We all do.
Yeah.
We all like it. We all want it. We all need it.
But it's that it gives me pure joy. And I have wonderful clients that I love.
Yeah.
And my guess is if I don't have that kind of resonance with them, they don't stay, and it's fine.
Yeah, then you weren't meant to work with them.
Yeah,
so.
and you know, not everyone is meant to work with me.
Yeah.
You know, I have a strong energy, and it's good for many people and not for everyone.
So do you have one piece of advice that could help someone improve their quality of life right away?
Imagine taking your awareness, which is often in our heads, and go down into your heart and ask your heart, what would help me feel better or feel good right now? Not from your head, but from in here, because that's what's important. And very often if we do that, it'll have a different answer from our heads. Going into your heart, really some kind of meditation, whether it's a walking meditation, a movement meditation.
That is such a great piece of advice.
And I can already hear some of you saying, I can't sit still that long. And I know that place because I couldn't either. I could only sit 5 minutes at the most. Then I did a meditation. I think it was called the chaotic meditation. It really was years ago, at the eons ago, what can I say? Where you put on this music or whatever it is, and you move, you dance for like 45 minutes.
That's a lot
and
of
then
dancing.
you lay down.
Oh my gosh.
And by then I could lay still more than 5 minutes.
Because you worn yourself out.
Yes. Well, I also was fortunate. I got to go to India and work with Muktananda, and he did his feather thing on me. And from then on, I could meditate.
Amazing.
It
But in
really
case
was.
everybody can't get to India to do that,
No.
the dancing is a great thing to try.
Yeah.
So you're always at the Conscious Life Expo every
Right.
year, right? Tell us
Correct.
about that.
All right. I love doing it because I do 5-minute free readings.
Yay!
And that works for me. And of course, my assistant said, you're not always at 5 minutes, you know. So it might be 7 minutes. And I do a lecture and I do a workshop and I have a booth. And you know what I'm willing to do for your people?
What?
If you call me or email me, I'll give you 5 minutes of one question. How's that?
Wow. Do you want to limit that to a certain number of people, like the first 10 people? Or
Okay, let's say
because you could,
first 11 people.
11. Okay.
I like those numbers.
Okay, I love it. Okay, first 11 people as of when this video is first released, which I don't know the exact date for that yet. But look on YouTube and see when it was posted. And if you're on my mailing list, get on it.
And the phone number to call is 818-782-6869. Or you can write me at healing, Healing, at H for Helaine, Z for zebra, Harris, HARRIS.com.
Wow, that is so generous. Thank you so much.
Why not?
Isn't she amazing?
I love doing those things. It's fun.
I know. The Conscious Life Expo is usually early February, so I believe it is past by the time this video comes out. But check her out for next year, and you might want to go for other reasons. If you're watching this video, you're probably into this kind of stuff. So watch for that next year in Los Angeles. And Helaine will be there. If you hadn't had a reading with her over the phone, you can get one in person with her next year at the Expo. So where can people find you and learn more about you and your services?
Oh, it's www.HelaineHarris.com.
That'll be right here.
Helaine Harris, HARRIS.com.
Excellent. And all this information will be in the description below, so you can check it out there, and there will be links that you can just click on as well.
Love to see you and meet you.
Yes. This has been so interesting, so much amazing information. Thank you so much, Helaine. And I just want to remind all of you, for the best information about law of attraction and holistic living, remember to subscribe to my channel and hit the bell to be notified every time I post a new video. Helaine, thank you so much for being here. I love you so much. Thank you for sharing all of this information and your story, your services, and your gifts, and your energy with everybody there. I'm sure everybody watching felt it. Thank you so much.
And I adore you.
Oh,
and you're so good at what you do. I heard her do a lecture on the law of attraction, and it was fantastic. She knows what she's talking about.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that so much. Thank you so much, Helaine. Oh, I just love you. Oh.
Love you too, baby.
Okay. Long hug. Yay. Thanks for watching. Have a great weekend. I'll see you next time.
Bye.
Oh my God, I love that. Oh, here's the mail. Hold on.
You got a lot of mail, girl.
I guess I do. Oh my God, there's more.
My God, there is more.
So
Okay.
you're... That's it. Yay.